amazing supplements to help up level your sleep. If you're waking up, versus someone who has a hypertensive or idiopathic, it's all very...
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopathic Dr. Fiona Chin, co-founder of Kidney Coach and Kaigenesis, and I'm joined again today by the amazing Jessianna Seville, principal and head lead dietitian, renal dietitian, I should say, at K&I. So today we wanted to talk about ways to optimize and really level up and support our kidneys and keep them healthy. So I'm going to hand the words across to you. Why don't you just take us through some of the things that get missed and what we can do in our day-to-day life to really optimize and keep our kidneys functioning the way they should be.
What are the simple things you do to help your kidneys? If you could break down each one of those pieces that I talked about and go a step deeper. So if you're going to talk about nutrition, of course, there's a bajillion different things you can do. I really feel like one of the most important things people can do is to work with a professional to get a good plan in place, because it's going to vary for every single person. If you work with a good professional, they don't do the same thing for every single patient.
Yeah.
I know for us, someone with an autoimmune kidney disease is a very, very different nutrition plan than somebody who has diabetes versus somebody who has polycystic kidney disease, versus someone who has a hypertensive or idiopathic. It's all very, very different. But the core principle through all of them, if you're okay, let me up level a little bit more. Number one, we track and we look at how much fiber people are eating. And the reason why we do that is that if people are eating a good amount of fiber, not inulin gummies, but if they're eating a good fiber in their diet for real food, usually I can guarantee that they are having an alkaline diet because they're eating more fruits and vegetables. I could almost get this really cool, easy number that we can shoot for that will drive the other one up. Mm-hmm. So that is a great principle to hone in on. And then the other one that we will consistently hone in on for our patients, fiber is one of them. Track your food for a little bit, shoot for that 25 grams or more. If you need a target, 25 grams or more, at least, it's a great way to look. And then beyond that, what we're usually looking for is a complete nutrient, that people are getting all the nutrients. We're not looking for who eats the lowest sodium, because that might be a little bit overplayed, right? It's not just the lowest sodium or the lowest protein, whatever. We're looking for who's getting the complete amount of nutrients in their diet. What can we do to up-level the minerals you get? What can we do to up-level the vitamins in your diet? How are we going to really make your diet nourishing? Because that's a bedrock piece. So, and then again, going down the line, what are you going to do for sleep? Sometimes if you want to dig in deeper, for you can use a device, right? A device can be really, you can dig into, there can be some really amazing supplements to help up-level your sleep. If you're waking up, like you said, you'd wake up, you're man, I got a quantity of sleep, but I felt awful when I woke up. Can really dig into, a couple really simple supplements. For example, melatonin actually has some great evidence linked to kidneys in and of itself. There's Dr. Henderson, and again, this recommendation should be specific to the person, but she really likes to use it with a lot of her patients, not for sleep, but to help their kidney function in general.
It's a very antioxidant, right? We know oxidative damage drives kidney disease, so yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes those things that help our sleep, they can also have other benefits as well. And, there's a ton of other, for myself personally, I love the herbal teas, the relaxing, talk about stress reduction, a good night's sleep. That can be really good. Understanding how you're breathing when you're asleep, and another strategy, you can work with a professional. That would be a really great thing that you could do as well.
Yeah, that's really good points.
Okay. Now, I know you, like me, have had our own brush with lots of stress. What were some of your core ways? So I'm not sharing just all my things here, but what were some of the core ways that you reduced your stress?
Meditation's been a big one for me. I've got a noisy brain. And I think a couple of things that you mentioned. One was just being aware that I was a stressaholic and I was very addicted to being busy, and I got my self-worth from being busy. So people are like, how are you? Busy? Because that's how I should be. And realizing that busyness was an avoidance sort of behavior for just being. So then I turned to meditation, and I do a lot of meditation. So that was, like you'd mentioned before, that being really self-aware, looking at that wasn't a useful behavior at all, and looking at why I had that behavior, and it's an avoidance thing. And then learning to meditate. I worked with some of the best meditation teachers in the world. So then just becoming good at that sort of stuff. So that was, for me, the biggest way I managed it. But it was recognizing the behavior. Because like you'd mentioned before, until you can do that, it's very hard to change it.
And then social, that's always just so personal, looking at your relationships. And then exercise is not being the weightlifter. It's finding what you love to do, that you're excited to get out and move. And sometimes it's just making things just a tiny bit of a stretch for you, right? Like easy, like parking a little bit further away, walking down the street to talk to your neighbor, if that's, a thing that you can do, or, just finding ways where you don't rely on things to move you, but you move yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And I think with exercise, like you mentioned, I want to reiterate your point, is finding something you love. I used to love to horse ride before I fell off in an accident, but, I love walking the dog or walking in nature. So other people like yoga. Some people actually also like lifting weight, but it's whatever you enjoy doing. If it's a social thing, you can incorporate your social aspect with going for a walk with friends and, those kind of things. So find something that you enjoy doing, because you're more likely to do it, and make it a regular habit versus something that you just do when you feel like you have to. If you want to know more about what we do, head to www.kidneycoach.com. We've got the same on Facebook and on Instagram and TikTok and all of those sort of great places. So have a look at that. Make sure you hit subscribe and like. That way you'll get notified anytime Jess and I put up a new video or any other new video goes up. And we want to thank you again for being part of our community. And remember, sometimes it's the simple things that make the biggest change. Jess, thanks again for joining me. Thanks for being part of our community. And we look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.